Assalamu alaikum children. I hope you are fine and you remember what we had studied in the previous class. We were discussing tenses and I told you what is the concept behind tenses. And there we also discussed when you say tenses, that means past tense, present tense and future tense. And each one of the tenses basically allow you to express yourself in four different ways known as simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous, usually known as the types of tenses. But you should understand the concept behind what these types are. They are basically four different structures in each tense in which you can express yourselves. Now just have a look at this table and let me just give you a summary of what this table is all about. If you are new and haven't made this table, well, it's a very good way of revising all the 12 tenses, the 12 sentence structures. But if you haven't studied tenses at all, or if you are a beginner and if you are in your primary classes, I would suggest you to study tenses step by step and refer to the other videos, and then just for revising all the tenses you can have a look at the tenses table. But anyway, it is going to help you just go through all the 12 structures in a very easy way, and also let you understand the difference between each structure. So let's start making this table. If you haven't made it, just take a fresh page and you can draw this 4 columns, 5 rows, and write the headings as they are mentioned on your screen. And after that, there are again two ways of filling the boxes over here. You can do it horizontally as well as vertically. That means you can do it like you can start by selecting any one of the tenses. Let's say past tense. You can then start past simple, then past continuous, then past perfect, past perfect continuous, and then you can move on to the next tense, that is present tense. But I would suggest doing it horizontally, row wise, because that is a bit easier, because most of the simple tense, past simple, present simple and future simple, all of these tenses are very similar, so it won't be very difficult for you to make it horizontally and do it row wise, so that you don't have to suddenly change from one category to the next, for example, from the simple to the very next continuous ones, and then the perfect and the perfect continuous, because they are a bit different from each other. And then the verbs come, the verb changes, and the forms of verb change, the helping verbs change, and then there are a few additions and subtractions to the sentence structure. So what I would suggest is going horizontally. And now let's have a look at the first row. I hope you can see the next slide on your screen. And here we have past simple, present simple and future simple. And I have selected this sentence. I have chosen this one, a very easy one I have written over here. He played cricket. And make sure that you select one sentence, and we'll be writing the same sentence in 12 different structures, so that it's easier for us to understand the difference in sentence structures, and what forms of verbs have been changed, what helping verbs have been added, and what other words or what changes have been made to the sentences. So this sentence here, he played cricket, in simple past. Now obviously I do not have to repeat all those things which we have done in the previous classes. What is the subject over here, what is which form of the verb has been used, and which is the object. That all we would be doing in we have been done. And if a few of the students want, I think I'll try to, inshallah, make a few videos doing it in detail and going step by step, so that the beginners who haven't done tenses would find it a bit easier. Anyway, in this one, because we are summarizing the concept of whatever we have done in the previous classes, So we'll just have a look at all the 12 structures in one go. And here these are the three first structures of the first category, simple. So past simple, it's the subject and then the past form of the verb, or usually known as the second form of the verb, and then the object. Then we move on to the present simple, where the first or the present form of the verb has been used, but an alphabet S has been added after the present form of the verb, and that we have discussed. If the subject is he, she, it, or any singular noun, the first form of the verb or the present form of the verb would have an additional alphabet S after it. That is what the rule says. Otherwise, like if I'm saying I, using I as a subject, there's no need to write plays. Then I would say I play cricket. But in this case, because it's he, so the verb would have to be written as plays. The alphabet S has been added after the the present form of the verb. Anyway, now moving on to the next structure, the future simple, he will play cricket. Not much difference, you just need to add the helping verb will over there. And then the next box, just have a look at it. One of the most easiest in the category is continuous tense. ING form is used in all the sentences. You can analyze it. Just have a look at these three boxes. Only the helping verbs have changed, otherwise it's all ING form in all the sentences, and just a little bit of change, and that is why I was telling you to do it horizontally, so that you understand the minor differences and then you move on to the next tense. All right, now here the next row, moving on to past perfect, present perfect, and future perfect. In past perfect, you have used the verb played. Now here I would just let you know, it's not the past form of the verb. This is the past participle form of the verb, or usually known as the third form of the verb. This is basically in our context here, this is known as the third form basically, but the correct word, what the grammar books have mentioned, is the past participle form. But in this case, the verb play, the past form and the past participle form, that is the second form and the third form, both are same. That is why the word here hasn't changed and it is written as played. Otherwise, in let's say if I'm saying he had written a letter, then I would because in the case of write, the verb present form is write, then the second form or the past form is wrote, and then the third form or the past participle form is written. So in such cases, in the perfect tense, past perfect or present perfect or future perfect, remember, for all these three tenses, past, present, and future, in the perfect category, the past participle or the third form of the verb is used, and with a little bit of other changes which you can just have a look at. And then the last row, that is the perfect continuous. Again, ing form, not much difference. Yes, one more thing here, in the past in the perfect continuous, sorry, we are using this time frame, here in this case I have written since morning. So for the past continuous, mostly the time frame is used, and that actually makes a proper sense of the sentence. So we have just used the time frame since morning, or for so and so days, or we can use any time frame over here. And the rest of the sentence with a little bit of difference. If you're talking about the verb, you've used the ing form over here, and then for the past category you have used had been, then in the present has been, and then in the future perfect continuous will have been. Now remember one more thing over here, in the present category, again the same rule applies. If the let's say in place of let's say he, if I am writing I, then I would have to change it to have. I have been playing cricket since morning. Uh, that's the same rule in with the subject as he, she, it, and any singular noun. I would have to use has, otherwise have. And similarly here in the perfect, present perfect as well. I'll just show you this box. All right, so that's very clear. Here also with the subject as he, she, it, and any singular noun, you will use the word has, otherwise have. So this is how all the 12 structures are. You can just have a look at all the structures, revise what you have studied up till now, and understand the 12 different structures. And for your kind information, listen children, just by watching one video, I don't think you would be able to understand the concept and the difference between among, sorry, all the, I hope you know the difference between and among. So you won't be able to understand the difference among all the tenses. You would have to practice it a lot, and for that I would suggest you writing different sentences and converting it into all the 12 different categories or 12 different expressions. Writing it in 12 different structures would be a wonderful practice. And one more thing, I haven't written the negative sentence. It's all the assertive or affirmative sentences have been written over here. We haven't done negative in this lecture, in this class. We haven't done the interrogative sentences, neither have we done the interrogative negative sentences. We'll be doing all those ones in the next class, but here, to make it easy, we have just done the 12 structures, and you can practice it with different sentences. You can just choose one past simple sentence. Let's say I'll give you one example. I wrote a letter. All right, now you can write it in the first box and start converting it, and then you can tally it with this file or any other book that you have at home, and you can understand the difference, and if there are any mistakes, you can practice as much as you feel. Now, one more thing, as to those students who say that tenses are not improving our conversation, I would just tell you, listen children, the problem is that only grammar will not improve the conversation. Yes, grammar does help you to some extent in improving your sentence structures, but for conversation, remember, you need to talk, you need to practice, and there are various other activities that we would be discussing, but only grammar is not the right way of learning English language or speaking or conversing. Yes, for improving a conversation, for fluency in your language, you need to practice a lot, and a lot of conversation practice is also required. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.